podcast with your host, Corinna Stoffel. As a space for all things regarding the global collective transition we are in, we have conversations about transition, separation, and connection regarding oneself, others, and the earth. The aim is to educate, empower, and inspire. Hello and welcome to this edition of Toward a New World. Today I would like to talk about gratitude. All of us are usually grateful for good things that are happening in our life. And they can be as minuscule as last night, a light bulb that was sort of finicky and it worked. Oh, grateful. I can see something in the corner of the kitchen. They sound insignificant, and yet I was truly grateful for it at that moment. So, being with the subject, I was wondering, what if we make it a practice instead of something great happens? Okay, I'm grateful for this. We make it a practice of every day, daily being grateful. And that could mean being grateful throughout the day for events like what I just described, the light bulb working, or in the evening before I go to bed saying, I'm looking at the day and being grateful for whatever has transpired during the day. Or in the morning when waking up, being grateful for just the mere fact that I woke up, that I am alive. And I have a friend that is 88 years, and she tells me every so often, God, I'm so grateful of being alive and being healthy. And I know she does that on a daily basis. So what if I start the morning out with gratitude? Would that potentially change the flow of the whole day? I'm pretty sure it would. But what if we are grateful that we have food to eat, that we have a roof over our heads, that I was able to have a conversation with a friend about an interesting subject? What about those moments of gratitude dispersed over the day? And then the challenging idea, what if I am grateful not only for the good or maybe normal everyday stuff, but also for the challenges? I personally know that I wouldn't be who I am today if it would not have been for the challenges in my life. If I wouldn't have learned what I have learned as a result of those challenges. What if being grateful for the challenge actually allows me to slow down in a fast pace nowadays, that's true, day, and just take a sigh and just sit back for a moment and give gratitude for the challenge that just passed or the insight that I just had about a challenge. And what is the frequency of gratitude? The frequency of gratitude is way higher then of anxiety, fear, stress, worry. What if that also creates a different day? What if I am grateful for making it through a challenge? It teaches me that I can make it, that I am resourceful, which is a great thing to have, that knowledge to have, especially right now with all the chaos that is going on around us. Being aware that I have the resources within myself to make it through a challenge. What kind of life do I desire? Do I desire a predictable life? Then I may be grateful for every day being predictable, maybe even being the same routine that I can rely on and that there is no challenge. Or I can enjoy being alive and having life being an adventure where I discover something new, where I'm get confronted with something new, where I experience something new. And it does not necessarily have to be a huge difference from a routine, sort of routine. I mean, I enjoy life being an adventure. And I have to admit, I have a certain routine in my life. There is certain things that I do every day, but it's not necessarily that I do one thing after the other, that there is a certain fixed sequence. That gets jumbled up. There, I may read something in the news and that impacts me one way or the other. Am I willing to be with that? Or am I, oh no, I need to, and go on into my predictable routine? Do I take a few minutes to be with something? Am I excited, looking forward to a day that may be really full with a lot of different things happening? Or, and I have to admit that, I also really am excited about a day that seems to be slow, where, where I don't have a constant agenda, where I know I can sit with my own thoughts, where I can contemplate. And I usually have things, ideas of what I want the podcast to be like, a blog to be like, a post to be like, and just sit with that and explore that. What is going on here? What is going on for me in personally? What is going on in general? Like, I was so, on the one hand, dis- distraught, no, saddened by the fact that there were within 1 week 2 shootings of one person walking up to the wrong door and the other, a couple, driving up the wrong driveway, and the woman in the car being shot. How much fear is there in people? That was, for me, a big aha. And can I have gratitude not for the deaths, but for the understanding, for the ability to perceive a general pattern? Making the choice to have the days vary is really important? And how much are we willing to make choices? How much are we, not even believing in having a choice because I have this job from, till wherever I work? Do I work day shifts, off shifts, the regular day, night shift? Maybe the weekend is somewhat different, and it may still have its weekend routine. Uh, we all have the routine of getting up, spending the day, going to bed. But what do we do during that time? Are we on autopilot? Or are we willing to be present with what is? And do we have the gratitude that we are able to be present with what is? Are we having the gratitude for being able to make a choice, to daring to make a choice? For me, the ability to choose and to have gratitude for the flow of the day gives me a full heart. And talking about gratitude, you may wonder, what is she grateful for? Let me share with you a few of the things that I am grateful for. I am grateful for being alive, despite some choices that I have made and the consequences of those choices. I am grateful for the highs and the lows in my life. Things tend to look differently in retrospect. And sometimes the lows were actually a deep learning experience where I became more of who I am. I am grateful for what I learned, choosing to listen to many, many different voices. I may not always agree with what I'm listening to, but being exposed to a vast array of different points of view, of different ideas, definitely has drastically enriched my life. And if there is one outcome of that exposure, is actually learning to not make anything significant. And how much is making things significant tripping us up? I truly feel grateful that I don't have a roller coaster. It's not up and down, but a roller coaster that sort of takes where I am a passenger and I have absolutely no control what is going on. And not making things significant is allowing me to enjoy the ups and downs and also to choose, what do I want right now? I have experienced and I know because of that that I can choose happiness at any given point in time. I don't need an external event that allows me that choice. And I am grateful for that. Because if I feel like I'm on a downhill slide and right now I really want to be happy, I can choose it. I am grateful for the challenges that new learning can bring. Because for me, it is so often this, okay, I like the idea, but what does it mean lived? And that can be a challenge. I am grateful that life is presenting me with challenges, which makes life an adventure. What are you grateful for? And what are you willing to look at with gratitude, despite it not necessarily being your very first choice, despite it being a challenge? What if we are grateful for the challenges, especially right now with the chaos that we are surrounded by? What if we become grateful? And what if that allows us to deal with the challenges in a different way? Thank you. Please comment. Let me know what you're thinking, what your response is to what I'm saying. Let me know what you're interested in and post it in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you. And until next week, when I have a guest, because I have decided I would like at least once a month a guest to have a conversation with, to have a different perspective.